Hello class, I'm going to teach you guys how to do the next assignment. So open up your woods and then put your tachi on top of those woods and we're going to get started. Okay, so place your Itachi right in the center. Make sure to resize him to your liking. Hold down the shift and then click and drag on one of the corners. I'm going to hide his feet so I don't have to deal with that right now. Press enter or return on your Mac. Right click on your Itachi layer and we're just going to rasterize this. So I'm just going to go down here and rasterize. Then I'm going to go to my quick select tool over here. Right click if you don't see it. It's probably the bean. So just right click, go to quick selection. Increase the size of this to around 100. Just depending on your image size or the size of your computer. But for me it's 100. Then just click on his body around where his hand is. Click on his head. Click right here. Make sure your brush is within the silhouette of his body. You don't want the brush even to be slightly outside, or that's just going to select everything. And photopea is going to think that you want the background to be selected. So click a little bit right here. I don't want any of this. Okay, so it did select everything, but that's okay because I could just go up here, press minus, or hold down the alt key on my keyboard, or the option key on Mac, and then just click over here, or go to your minus sign, do that manually. Just like that. Okay. I'm gonna make my brush smaller. I'm using the brackets right next to my P key on my keyboard. I made it smaller, just clicking right there. I'm gonna make my brush bigger, hold down the alt key, and then click outside. Hold down the alt key. Just gonna keep doing this until everything is selected. Okay, sometimes it doesn't select everything very well. As you can see, I had to keep doing this. So a lot of times you just gotta start over. So to do that, just make sure you deselect everything. If it's not working for you, if it's perfect, then just keep it like that. But I'm gonna start over just to show you guys. So just press Control D. Make a copy of this. I forgot to make a copy of this layer. Just make another copy, duplicate layer. I'm gonna delete this one, the one that I was working on at first. I'm gonna rename these to Itachi. Rename this to Itachi copy. And then I'm just gonna start over. Okay. just holding the option. There we go. I made my brush bigger right there just so the program knows that there's a bunch of white right here that I don't want. There we go. And then I can use my lasso tool to kind of get the remaining spots. So I'm just gonna zoom in, hold down Alt key to take away because I don't want this part selected. Hold down the Alt key again right here. So I don't want this to be selected. So holding down Alt key just takes away whatever you don't want selected. And then I do want this to be selected. So I want to hold down the Option key, the Shift key. Just trace right here on the outside and then hug whatever's on the inside. And this one is a Shift key. There we go. I'm going to go down here, hold down the Alt key or the Option key. Okay, go around the edges. There we go. Now we have a perfect selection, almost perfect selection around Itachi. So we can go ahead and go up to Select, go down to Modify, go down Contract to Contract, press OK, make sure it's at 1, press OK. And we do this because we want the selection to kind of hug his body a little more, or his silhouette. Let's see, I see something down here that I want to select some more. So I'm going to hold down Shift. Okay, so you did the Select and Contract. Then we're going to go back up to Select, go down to Modify, and then we're going to go to Smooth, and then press OK. And that just smooths everything out. So now we want to press Control J on our keyboard, or Command J on your Mac. And that brings it into a new layer. So now we want to hide the top and the bottom layer just to see how we did. So Control plus to zoom in a little bit. It's looking good. Now what we want to do is we want to turn on the top layer. If you don't have a top layer, just make a copy of this bottom layer and then bring it to the top. So show this layer. I'm actually going to rename this middle layer first. Itachi selected, or selection. Go up to the top, change this from normal to multiply, so click on normal and go down to multiply, and now he looks kind of dark. So now what we want to do is we want to create a mask on this because we don't want him to all be in shadow. So we want to make a selection around him because we don't want to erase any of the crows. Hold down Control or Command on your Mac and click on the box right next to your middle Itachi layer, or the one that we isolated from the selection. Click on that box, go back up to your mask on the top one, on the top layer, go to your brush, and we're going to use these settings. So go up to where your brush is and the number 15's on the bottom, click on that. Decrease your hardness from 100% to 0%, increase your size to 1000%, and then decrease your flow to 25%. Now we're just going to tap like 2 times on his head. First change your color to black. Press OK. We're going to tap twice on his head. 1, 2. And now you should look a little bit 3D. So before, that's after. Then we're gonna just keep the selection. If your selection is gone, control and then click on the box again on Itachi selection. And then we're gonna make a new layer. So go down here right next to the trash can, click on new layer. Then we want to hold down the Alt key or the Option key to color pick from the background. So now our box turned into that yellow color. Or you can click on that box and then just click anywhere out here to color pick and then press OK. And now then we're gonna tap twice on his head. So just one, and then just bring your brush a little bit more up, and then again. And we want to change that from normal to overlay. So press OK, or click on that. And I want to decrease my opacity from 100% to around 70%. I'll leave it at 80% actually. And I'll call this overlay layer. And then I want to make another layer, so go down to new layer, click on new layer, and this time I want to color pick somewhere from the background, so hold down the Alt key until you see this plus, and then click somewhere in the background. I want it to still be kind of yellow, so I'm gonna click somewhere where it's kind of yellow still. I think right there is fine. I'm just gonna go like this, click and drag across like that, and I'm gonna change this from normal to multiply. There we go, and that should be good. Now what we want to do is we want to bring our fog in. So just deselect all this, so press Control D on your keyboard. Control D. And we want to bring in our fog. So download the fog from Google Classroom. Drop it in on top of everything. And you just want to stretch this out to cover the canvas. Press enter. And now you want to change this from normal to screen. And to give this, to color match this to the background, you just want to add a hue and saturation adjustment layer. So go down to where you see this half moon, click on that, and then go to hue and saturation. Click on colorize, and you just want to increase the saturation just a little bit and increase the hue just a little, or to where it's yellow. I think where's the yellow? I think it's just 25. Yeah, 25. And you want to clip this onto the fog. You don't want it to be everywhere. So right click on hue and saturation, and then go to clipping mask. And now the fog should be color matched to the atmosphere. If you guys want some extra credit, add some fog cover above Itachi. I'm just going to rotate this one, this. Hold down shift, increase the size. like that. And then change the blending mode from normal to screen. Change the opacity from 100% to, no, let's do 53%. And then we want to put a raster mask on this. Select the Itachi selection by holding down Control and then clicking on the box. Go back up to your raster mask on the fog cover. Change your color to black, your brush to black, and then just erase some of those rays on the side, on the left side of Itachi. Just like that. And now we have some fog around Itachi. And that concludes the end of this assignment. If you guys have any questions, feel free to email me.